What's up, everyone? Talkbox World. In this episode, we're going to look at basic Talkbox anatomy. All right, so what is a Talkbox? Well, a Talkbox is just this thingy right here. That's it. There's not much more to it, right? That's it. That's all there is to the Talkbox. Let's see if I can give you a view of it under the hood here. I have another one. And so if you look here, it's basically essentially only a speaker. When you think about, let's say, one of the big speakers that you see in a stage or a concert or something like that, they have these things that looks like a horn, right? And that little tweeter here, this little tweeter, this is basically the driver behind that horn, right? And so that's essentially what you're using for the Talkbox, right? That's all there is to it, right? Many of the other types of Talkboxes that you see would look like this. You often see like a Rocktron, the Banshee. There's another model out there called the MXR 222. It's the same type of idea, right? And so the difference between this Talkbox here and this one here is that this Talkbox has only the speaker in it, and it needs a separate amplifier to drive the sound, right? So here's the amplifier. It's a little Electric Harmonics 44-watt power amp. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can make this all work, but the main idea that you need to know is that this is the Talkbox, right? And that's all there is to it. But for you to be able to use it for something, you need to have a signal to drive into the Talkbox. So in my case, I use a keyboard, and the keyboard signal is driven into the amplifier, and then the amplifier amplifies the sound through the Talkbox. So the amplifier powers the Talkbox, right? And then the Talkbox basically gives you that sound. Then that sound is driven through this tube, and then you shape everything else with your mouth. So you don't use your voice like I'm using right now. If I were to talk to you with the same method or using the same technique that I had to use for the Talkbox, it's just the syllables. You wouldn't hear my voice, right? And so that's the idea behind the way that you use the Talkbox. You can use anything to drive the signal. It can be a keyboard, it can be a bass guitar, it can be a guitar, it can be an iPhone, whatever. It can be a full song, whatever you want to use for it. But in this case, the way that Roger Troutman kind of branded the sound was through the use of a keyboard and a particular sound. And I'm going to cover all those things later on in some other episodes. But just so you to kind of get an idea of how it works, I'm just going to quickly give you a quick note, right? So here it is. So now the signal of my keyboard is being driven into this amplifier, right? And you can't hear it right now. But now I'm going to take that sound and turn it up a tiny bit, right? Right, and so now that sound is going from the amplifier into the Talkbox. And then from the Talkbox and that little tiny speaker that you saw, that sound is being fed through this tube. And I'm going to take that sound and put it to my mouth like this. Right, so that's the idea, right? I'm going to turn this up a little bit. See, get a little bit more volume. Oh, yeah. All you gotta do is shape the mouth, shape the sound with your mouth like this. All right, so that's the basic idea behind the Talkbox. I'm gonna leave you guys with a clip of one of the very first people to ever use a keyboard with the Talkbox, and his name is Stevie Wonder. This is Talkbox World. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace. Let's do it now, ooh wee baby, just like me. They love to be